Hello there, I hope my family and friends are well. So you've already heard and watched the audio example. What I wanted to try and do is replicate something like a classic rock, a classic British rock from the 1970s, in a particular style of, I would have thought status quo. I could get away with that saying that actually, because it does sound very status quo-ish when you listen to the track. And if you don't know who Status Quo, they're a British rock band that played a lot of 12-bar stuff, 12-bar blues type of music, but it's obviously a bit more distorted, and they were very, very popular in the UK, or obviously all over the world. They used two guitarists, Rick Parfitt and Francis Rossi. Both played Telecasters. Rick plays various different other guitars, but they're known to play Telecasters. And they sound great. They sound in sync, they sound fantastic. So if you're just a single guitarist playing a Status Quo song like Rockin' All Over the World or Down, Down, Deeper Down, that sort of thing, you could probably get away with this. And what I've done is I've added, you can see they've added a stereo doubler, and what that actually does, it widens the sound, and it gives you, the sound jumps out a little bit more. I played this through the FR 108, and it sounds incredible. And I've played it over a couple of Status Quo songs, like Rockin' All Over the World, and you know, a few other songs, and it fits absolutely perfectly. So what we'll do is we'll go over the effects, look at the input and output block, and the scene, because we're only using one scene, and then we're done. So the first effect I'm using in this particular patch is a compression. Second effect, which I think is a fantastic addition, it's been around for a long time on the Headrush, and as you see there, basically everything's as default. Amps are doubled, so I went with this one. I originally decided to go for a traditional classic sort of 70s sound, go for a Marshall, and it didn't work, and I stuck with this one, and it sounds, there's a couple of other tread plates that you can use, but this one just works absolutely perfectly. And again, it's the same with this one. I mean, what you could do if you twin the amps, you could actually change various different settings as well, just to add a little bit more dynamics to your particular sound. Next effect is a stereo doubler, and that is just a default. When you look at the, well, that's actually, it isn't a default, to be honest. I'm using a light preset, and you see everything's 50% other than the width and the separation, and it works fine. Boost, just to give this patch a little bit of a kick. The settings I've used for the boost. Graphic EQ. Impulse response, which is twinned, and this is a Dumble one. Now I got this sent a few weeks ago, maybe more than a few weeks actually, and I wanted to try it for a wee while, and I thought, okay, so I thought, let's give it a go, and it sounds great. I'm a huge Larry Carlton fan, so it works absolutely brilliant, this impulse response. I've got 4 of them, and they all sound really, really good. So I thought I'll pop it in to see what sort of sound this makes, and it sounds incredible, sounds really, really good. So all I've done is, same again, I've doubled it up. You don't need to do this if you don't want to, we just have it as a single impulse response, but you've got the option now where you can actually put 2 impulse responses. Now what you may find when you do add another impulse response to a pair, for example, of IRs rather than just one, is the CPU will knock it up a little bit more, not a lot. And it does work. You can mix and match your impulse responses, and the sounds are incredible. You know, it just jumps out. And so Headrush should give us a bit more flexibility and create some even more great sounds. So thanks for that, Headrush. Last effect is the bass EQ. Those are settings I've used for the bass EQ. We'll go through the input block. You can see the input gain threshold. The gate's knocked down to about 3 milliseconds. You could probably knock it down to about 1 if you wanted to, but between 3 and 5, with this particular patch, it sounds great. It just works really, really well. And look at our output. There we go, nothing exciting on that one. And we'll go to our scene. There we go. Dead simple, dead easy. This will play on the existing Headrush units as well as the Prime. There's a little boost. We can take that off if you want to, but yeah, it's fine. It's alright, it's not doing any harm. So you've got your rhythm, And then if you want to do a particular lead, if you wanted to create a lead, and then what you want to do is just bang, click on the boost and away you go. Take it off, press the button, off it goes, back to your original rhythm. Simple as it gets, sounds great. I'm using the Schecter Strat, and the pickup I am using is the bridge pickup, which is the humbucker. What I've done is I've tried this on a Telecaster, and it's not too bad, to be honest. It isn't bad at all. Also I've tried on Fender Strat, and I've also got a Steinberger guitar as well, which actually it sounds pretty good on that as well. So my Steinberger's a backup. So whenever I play live, I take the Steinberger with us as a little backup, and it works great. So again, thanks for watching. I'll create some more stuff soon. This might be your cup of tea, or maybe a cup of coffee if you're American. If you're into a classic rock sort of patch or whatever, this'll do it for you. It really, really will. I think it sounds great. It'll sound great on your setup. It's very, very basic. As you can see with the Headrush Prime, we do have additional effects blocks we can use, but what I wanted to do is take it down and have this available to all the other Headrush units, because they only use 11 blocks, and it'll work great. So again, thanks for watching. If you like these, click on the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I've got a few more things coming up shortly, but I wanted to create this because of, you know, it sounds great, and I'm very much into classic rock. So again, yeah, thank you, and I'll create some more soon. So bye bye for now.